crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome back to another great episode of the Mark and Will Show. And of course, you got your favorite two hosts of the most, Mark and Will. What's up, my brother?
What's going on, man?
Woo! I was going to say Monday, but we didn't have to go to work.
Yeah, you know what, though? It was feeling like it.
Yeah,
I was so tired. People was coming to the office. It's like, hey, are you asleep? Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good, you know. But, you know, the crazy thing is that, you know, we really proud ourselves of talking about all sports.
Yeah. Yep.
Any and all sports, all comers, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But today, we have something that you probably never heard of before. You have, but you didn't think it was close.
Right.
In Jefferson County, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, today we got Bryan Miley on the show. He is Butler High School Esports head coach. How you doing, Coach B?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
And this is very, very, you know what? This is so interesting because almost everybody you done ran into has played video games, right?
Yes.
But I want people to learn as much as they can from you, Bryan, about esports. So can you explain to them exactly what esports is?
All right, so esports, it's a lot of people, whenever they look at it, they think it's just video games, but it's not just video games because the speech that I give my team whenever we show up is that we're not here to have fun. We're here to win games. We're here to become better people. We're here to become better players, you know, and so esports in general is just video games, but we're looking at it more like a sport, like an official sport. And so it's, you know, it's great in all the things that it can do. It can attract students who don't normally, you know, play, or they're not able to play these sports like basketball, football, things like that. But anybody can play video games.
You know what? You're absolutely right. It's some people that was on my team that probably needed to play that back in the day. But that's okay. I'm not gonna shock call you guys names yet. I might later on. But okay, so the nitty gritty, and you're right. As far as you know, like you have a team. First of all, how many people are on your team?
Right.
We have at least 20 players on the team.
Wow.
Yeah, he got a roster.
How did you get on the team?
Right.
So how do you get on the esports team? So it's crazy. You'll be surprised whenever I tell you, but you have to fill out a sports packet, including a sports physical, just like a normal football player, basketball player, tennis, soccer. You have to fill out and go through the exact same process as all of those guys. On top of that, you got to keep your grades up. We check the grades. You know, every week we're checking for grades. Your sports physical. You have to show up to practice. It's, you know, it's ran just like an actual sports program.
Wow.
we have tryouts. We cut people. Yeah, it's
that's what we were there.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
We're before we get into that because that's a good one. So my thing, like, so this is a official sport.
Yeah.
At Butler.
Yeah, so it's an official sport in the state of Kentucky. Kentucky High School Athletic Association endorses esports as an official sport.
That's amazing.
How many teams like are in Jefferson County?
In Jefferson County, that number I'm not too sure. It fluctuates anywhere for usually like 5 to 10. It fluctuates between the season and the year, but there are at least 90 to 100 in the state of Kentucky that we compete against.
Wow.
So yeah, we don't just compete against the teams in Jefferson County. We compete against all the teams around the entire state all year long.
Sound like
all year long. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
This is
It's
all
not a
year
break.
long sport. This is
Yeah, I mean, we technically have a fall and a spring season. We break them up. Well, I guess they call it winter, but we break them up into two different seasons. But I have to go through the exact same training that all of the I have to do CPR training. I have to do the exact same training as all of the other coaches for football, basketball, soccer. I do that exact same training. I have to sit through all the hours upon hours of stuff. It's a struggle.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, students have to they have to pay trainer fees as well, even though we probably won't use the trainer too much. There are cases where, poor posture and wrist issues, things like that. But yeah, it's
So, Bryan, you are the best. You're the best. You're the tougher. You right now. You are moving up to like top 3 of interviews because this is blowing us away. And anybody who's watching this, make sure you subscribe to us and everything else. And we also gonna let Bryan tell you how to get a hold of him and everything else too. But real quick, Bryan. So at Butler, y'all have where y'all practice at? Like, y'all got
so yeah, well, this is the first year that the program's really taken off at Butler. And so one of the beautiful things about Butler is the administration's on board. They're 100% giving me everything that I need. And they're giving us our own game room to actually play in. It's our practice room, it's our game room, it's where we do everything. We're decorating it, we're setting it up for esports. We got lights, everything. It's going to be great.
Game chairs and all.
Yeah, we're looking at getting some gaming chairs as well, yeah. And we're hoping to get a broadcaster, sportcaster desk as well, because we'll be streaming. We'll be doing interviews with the players in between matches, stuff like that.
let us know.
We're-
We would love to help out with that one. We would love to get a piece. And when that gets finished, you have to definitely share some pictures with us so we can post that because that is dope.
Yes, it is.
So, okay, what system are y'all playing on? I mean, y'all on the computer? Or, I mean, what's
PC?
Yeah.
It depends on the game, yeah. Well, it depends. Like if we play Madden, 2K, FIFA, we're playing on console. If we're playing Super Smash Bros, we're console as well. But if we're playing some of the other PC games like League of Legends, Smite, or Rocket League, we can play through PC on that. So it just depends. It's kind of a wide range.
That is crazy. So let me ask you this: do y'all have does Jefferson County Kentucky Association have a list of games you have to play, or how do you determine in the competition what we're playing?
Yeah, so Kentucky High School Athletic Association, they actually have a list of games that we're allowed to play through PlayVS, and that the high school is actually able to be associated with. Like, one of the things that they've done is we can't have any gun games like Rainbow Six, Call of Duty. Can't do anything like that for, obvious reasons on that. But there are other states like Texas where that's free range. They just have at it. So they play Overwatch. They play Call of Duty.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they're at it. So there are other leagues out there.
So in EA, do y'all have a ranking? Do you have any players on your team that's top 50, top 20, or anything like that?
We definitely do in Smash Bros. So in Super Smash Bros, out of the I think 70 teams that competed in the winter season, we had 3 teams from Butler competing because we just had so many players who were that good, and all 3 of our teams were top 10 in the state.
Oh my god!
So yeah, we're a little bit serious about it.
Yeah. So Bryan, for everybody who don't know, how did you get started in esports?
Well, 3 years ago, the athletic director approached me at Shawnee, and he was all like, "Hey, this is a new thing, esports." Because I'd been running a gaming club there for a while. We'd been practicing. I'd also been coaching chess and things like that. And he's like, "Hey, you're doing a killer job with the chess team." And he was just like, "Hey, let's bring you into esports." They just started it this year. They were kind of laughing about it because they never thought it'd be a thing. And then, looking at the numbers and stuff, they were like, "You know what, let's get it started." And I was like, "All right, let's do it." And we actually had a really successful League of Legends program at Shawnee. We started from nowhere, and we were in the finals. We were runner up in the first JCPS esports tournament. for League of Legends. We went up against Central. We lost because they had like the LeBron James of League of Legends playing on their team. But
He said the LeBron James.
oh yeah, the kid was good. We couldn't shut him down. It was I don't know. It was Kobe moments every 3 seconds. Like the guy, it was all over the place.
Wow.
Central. Okay, who are the Louisville schools that have them?
Right.
If you know them off the top of your head, do you?
Let's see. Central's been in and out. It depends. But PRP, Central, Butler. Yeah, PRP's got the kid could go pro. Yeah, PRP, Central, Manual, Fern Creek.
Oh my God.
Eastern has a club. They're looking at forming their team. They're just trying to gauge interest and stuff. And then Butler, of course, Shawnee did, but whenever I left, they couldn't gather anybody to take over it. So it's kind of a bummer.
They couldn't replace Coach K.
I don't know about that.
Oh my! I didn't know that this many.
I didn't need to spit it. When he said PRP, that just blew me because I ain't never heard of it.
Yeah, there's a player at PRP. The guy is he's tried out in the player. They call him Players Battlegrounds. He's tried out for I think it was Cloud9 and Team Solo Mid to go pro for them. And he would have been starting out in the minor leagues, but the minor league players start out at $75,000 a year. That's more than I'll make as a teacher. I mean,
oh my gosh, where are my sticks?
That's minor league.
Oh, great practice.
Oh my God.
Holy shoot.
So look. Okay, real quick. Back to Shawnee. How many players did you have at Shawnee?
At Shawnee, let's see. We kept the numbers fairly low. At one point, we had it at 12 who were just for League of Legends. And we kind of dwindled the numbers down as some of them had academic ineligibility issues and things like that. And that we had to get a little bit of funding. And so that was one of the difficult things that we were running into because some of the students weren't able to pay for themselves.
Right.
So we ran into funding issues a little bit, but we kept anywhere from 7 to 12 at one time.
So, Bryan, what's it like? Okay, when you was at Shawnee, it was right before COVID, right? So y'all actually had matches. It's like what does is everybody doing like a Zoom thing or like how's the matches? Can you describe what's going on? Like how does that look like? What's that look like?
Yeah, so it's kind of like how you would. We kind of try to make a big deal of it. We invite people to watch and things like that, of course. And here recently, we've been streaming more, especially after I got to Butler. We've been streaming a lot more, and really, we get together. We all have warm ups and things like that. We talk about the match coming up. We've already scouted our opponent. We spend hours scouting our opponents. Usually, we look up to see what they play. We see how they play. If we can, we find YouTube videos of them playing. And it's crazy. Just like what a basketball coach would do. We scout them. We talk about how they're going to play ahead of time, and we're all sitting down at our consoles or computers, and we're going over information. And then we actually read through like a ban list or we're picking characters and stuff to counter our opponents based on what they play, and we're all talking as a team and going through the team captain and stuff. We've already got lists made out, so we do a lot of prep work going into our matches. Just like kind of like how a basketball coach would do. He's got a list of like, hey, if this character, this guy, he's only going to go to the right, so put your hand out that way, and he's just going to drop the ball every time. So we do that same thing, just like that.
Love it. Okay, so you go to Butler, first year at Butler, right?
Yeah.
You got a 20-something. Like, do you have an assistant coach? Like, how do you teach these? That's a lot of players for one, coach.
Yeah. That's one of the rough things about being an esports coach right now is a lot of the coaches are doing it on their own. But we're not just managing one game like League of Legends. We have to manage Rocket League, League of Legends, Smite, Super Smash Bros. We're managing several different teams playing several different things all at once. One of the ways that I've gotten around it is luckily at Butler and at Shawnee as well, I have students who are okay with helping out. And so they'll oversee certain sections and then I'll make team captains of different games, and like I make sure that they know all the rules and everything, so that way they can answer questions whenever I'm trying to cycle back around to them, because I'm in like 40 different calls trying to talk to everybody, talking to other teams' coaches, organizing, scheduling, stuff like that. So, it gets pretty crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
But I pass off a lot of it onto the students, and they do a lot of it for me.
Okay. Wow. That is. We was joking around before about the 6'6" guy. Um,
Yeah.
y'all play all your like what's okay practice? What's practice? How many days a week do y'all practice? What's the time do you guys practice?
It's well, it's tough because of COVID. They have to test to play, and they always have to have a test every week, show the positive and stuff. So COVID has thrown a wrench in the plan. But what a normal day would look like before COVID and things like that. So we practice minimum 3 times a week. If we can 5 times a week, if they're doing stuff at home as well, practicing from home with each other and scrimmaging other teams. But normally what we do whenever we come into practice is we would start by having a team meeting. We would explain some things, talk about some things, anything that we need, like, hey, you got to get this in, get this done. And then after that, after the team meeting, we'll actually start our exercise. So we'll start doing our stretches. We'll start warming up, and we'll do planks. We'll jog a little bit. Yeah, we get serious about that. We'll jog a little bit and do some strength training and stuff, work on our core mainly. Because yeah. So working on our core is a big part of our practice as well, like core strength.
Right.
And then after that, what we're gonna do is we'll like say, here's a typical drill I do. I'll split them into 2 teams, half and half, and then we'll just like in basketball, your JV team might play against your varsity team. And then they'll scrimmage each other, and like the losing team will then have to do planks for 30 seconds or a minute or something like that, and then they'll review some of their games, and they'll be like, okay, let's change up the roster a little bit, then we'll do it again. Then after that, I'll have them play 1v1, and then they'll review that game, and while they're reviewing the game, they have to fill out like a reflection sheet, and they have to analyze the game and explain what they did wrong and how they can do better and work on improvement. Yeah, we spend a lot of time watching game footage, just like in basketball.
I love that. My thing is this: so you got 20 kiddos. Is it mixed? Is it girls and boys?
Yeah, for the most part, it's generally dominated by men, but there are a couple girl players in there, like sprinkled about.
Okay, so like, does everybody have to know these list of games? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody has to play them, and then you basically rank them. Like, okay, you're good at this. You play this.
Usually it's interest. So I ask them what they want to play. Like I'll have them sign out. I'll have them fill out a form, and they tell me which games they want to play, and then we'll try them out in each game. And and now that my first half of the year is done with, I kind of got my team, and I know who's good at what games now. But we'll typically like cut them from the team. Like this year, we had so many good players that we had an A, a B, and a C team for Super Smash Bros. That we had to create a sub team of players who were half decent, but they weren't able to make it onto the actual teams. So if we ever needed to sub somebody in, we could pull from that roster and just move people around.
Wow. You said something earlier about tryouts. Okay, so did you have to cut some people? I mean, you got 20. I mean, right. How many people that actually came out and you was like, oh no, dude, you're not Butler material. You got.
I mean, we really only cut like 3 or 4, and some of the reason was that they just weren't dedicated, because with video games we can find ways to make people good fast. Like we can take shortcuts and things. And I think one of the benefits that I have is that I've coached physical sports before. I've coached basketball, tennis, soccer. So like I bring that experience to the esports room, and it's honestly we practice and we train similar to how an actual physical sports team would train. But I think one of the benefits that we have is that we take it more serious than some of the other teams out there, and so we're able to get good faster. That's how 3 of our teams were able to be in the top 10.
Wow. So how did you guys do in the tournament, this fall tournament or whatever?
We definitely got surprised by Shelby County. They took us out in the round of 8. And yeah, I'm so upset by it. But we had only scouted manual because they were the only ones that we were afraid of in the tournament.
Wow.
Because we had beaten everybody else throughout the year. Like Trinity got the number 1 seed going into the tournament, but they got knocked out by a team that we beat 7-2. So it's just how it works. But I'm still upset about the round of 8 loss.
Yeah.
We just weren't. We just got surprised. That was all. We didn't scout them. We didn't expect them to be any good. So
Wow.
they outplayed us.
So, how you say y'all building, basically your own room to play games, practice, and everything else. I mean, like, y'all selling tickets to the games? I mean, like, how? I mean, because what you have told us, it's like, you got a trainer,
Right.
y'all practicing, y'all doing exercise, doing that. I mean, this is, for people, like, I didn't know how real this is. This is real.
Yes,
so you guys sell
real.
tickets and stuff, like, how do you, like, goodness.
I expected to move to something like that in the future. It's probably a couple years away for something like that. Right now, we are looking to generate revenue through Twitch and stuff like that, with ad revenue and stuff. So that's why we just started the Twitch and we're just getting it going. But we're basically at affiliate status, and then from there, we're just going to work on getting some ad revenue for the program through that. And eventually, I'm thinking within 5 years, we're going to see where schools start to have these esports rooms with stadiums, because U of K just built their own. They got one funded and built their own, and U of L is looking at it. And I was honestly, we got so many players getting scouted by colleges. I've been reached. Probably 4 colleges have already reached out to me looking to scout some players, and they've invited us to come and play in their scouting tournaments that they have. They've invited us, and yeah, like I was even like, somebody pointed out that there was it's $42,000 a year, but it's an esports coach position at like University of Texas or something.
So Bryan, like, you just hit something. You just hit something big, okay? Actually, the whole thing is really huge.
Yeah.
But so you're saying they give scholarships. So, like, you talking about, like, Texas, Kentucky's got like. So I've never heard of these schools, these universities even having them. So we're talking about, it's a lot of colleges that have esports teams.
Oh yeah, and it's growing. Like every year, more and more colleges are adding it. I think I can't remember the number, but there are a few thousand colleges that have esports teams now. And there was this. It's one of the every year. Oh, my camera's getting knocked around. It's every year one of these. What is it? It's up in Michigan. There was a coach who played for the Packers. He now coaches esports at one of those big colleges up there in Michigan, in that area. But it's huge. He gets paid a pretty good amount of money just to coach.
Just a kid getting a scholarship.
It is amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, there's millions of dollars of scholarships out there.
Yeah.
And I think it grew by 2 or 3 million in scholarships just last year. So yeah, it's getting pretty big.
So Bryan, real quick, how can they find you on Twitch, the school and everything? What's your?
They just have to search Butler Bears Esports and they can find us.
Okay. So is it? Let me ask you this: is it other like? I mean, I know it's part of other schools. Is it like, how do you get to watch esports like Kentucky's team and Texas? I mean, they on Twitch too, or how you find those guys?
Yeah, they're on Twitch as well. You just have to search up UK Esports, U of L Esports. They also run through Calvary Esports. You can find most of the others. You can sometimes find them through some of the college tournaments that are going on. They will stream those as well, like TESPA, the Texas Esports. It's like Texas Esports Association that's ran through Blizzard. So you just got to find the program, and they got them all over Twitch.
Wow. And I do love how you said that, you guys check the grades. This is not nothing, that you just come and goof off and everything. This is actually a sport, and we take it very seriously and things like that. So when did y'all, like, okay, you said it's a year-round thing, so, like, are y'all still going, or do y'all take, like, a break and okay, now we go to the spring, or?
Yeah, we take a break during the last 2 weeks where we've been off school. I told my guys just take a break, relax, otherwise they're going to get burnt out. And we're taking a break this week, but then next week we're going to go ahead and start hitting it hard because our next season is going to start about middle of February, and that's whenever our spring season is going to start back up. So we're going to start ramping up practices, probably starting next week and getting everything going.
Well, let me ask you this: have you ever ran into someone like tried out, want to play, very good player, and their mom or dad said no, you can't play? I mean, like, that maybe they don't know. Maybe they think Rudolph is playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't no such thing in no school like that. Have you ever had any kind of like that you had to like talk to the parents like, yes, this is a legit sport we are doing?
Yeah, it's actually happened a lot. It's like I remember this one time where, well, it was actually at one of the at the JCPS finals, where the families came out and they watched the player play, and they were blown away. At one, he was a star player on our team. The kid was amazing, and they were blown away at how well he played, and they were blown away at the setup because we were streaming the games. They could watch it on the projector, big screen. Everybody was in the crowd just watching and cheering on and stuff. So they saw that, but it wasn't just that. There was another time where we had some people come in and they were watching the game. They didn't even know what was going on. They couldn't understand the game. But we it was just cutthroat, neck and neck. Everybody was tied up, and we snuck one guy in behind the enemy team, and he took out their base. And like everybody jumped up and cheered, was throwing stuff. The people who didn't know what was going on, they were crazy hype, and they were like, "Wow, this is so much bigger than what we thought." I bring them in. I show them like how exciting it is and how important it is, because I've ran into a lot of parents who they don't understand what esports actually is. We're not just playing video games. We're
Right,
serious about it.
right. Heck yeah, I mean,
I'm looking them up now.
look, he's up and he's checking everything now. So okay, let some couple of questions about your team. So who is LeBron on your team? Who's
Right.
do you have a starting five? I mean, like what?
Man, we have three players who are probably top 10 material in the state. So we have three players who are probably top 10 in the state for Smash Bros at least. And let's see. They have we usually in esports we actually go by gamer names, our gamer names, and on our esports jerseys, yeah, we have esports jerseys. Instead of numbers on the back, we have their gamer names on the back, like versus True Ninja or versus ET. So yeah, we have the gamer names on the back, and we have three players who are probably top 10 in the state easy.
Wow. Are they what grade? Are they like seniors, juniors? I mean, like what grade are they?
They're seniors. I'm so sad. Yeah, I'm graduating an entire team of seniors, but they're currently training up the next guys, and our next guys they're also very very scrappy players, and they're all sophomores and freshmen. So we've got a really strong Super Smash Bros. Program for the next few years.
Wow. Make sure you guys, whoever's watching this, make sure you hit the like button. Also subscribe. Bryan, so we already know the goal is, I guess, the state. What is that like? Because I know you already played for one. Like, is it two big tournaments? Is that what it is? And
Yeah, so in the winter we have a big tournament. Let's see, 32 teams enter the tournament, and only one team comes out. And we usually wind up. So the finals for the tournament is played at U of K in their esports stadium. So you play on stage. They broadcast the game, stream the games, and everything live. And people pay. They have to pay. It's only like $10 to go see it though. But they pay to go and watch the actual esports match take place in person, and that's our goal. Like the entire team, we were hyped because we thought we were gonna make it, but we blindsided in a round of 8.
right, right. So is that the final four? I get to go to the UK, or
The just the final two, due to because every team around the state, it would just be too crazy to have for those guys to have to travel. So
wow. Woo. All right,
What
so
is it?
yeah, big time. I'm actually blown away about it. So, Bryan, how can if I'm a student or incoming student, how can I try out? When do I try out? Do I got to fill out? My parents got to fill out permission. Or like, what is that process? How, as a freshman or anybody that is not playing, like, okay, I want to play next year. How can they do that?
Well, yeah. I've actually we had an open house event where we had middle schoolers come to see what Butler was all about, and what we did was we set up an esports area. We set up a section where they could come and play, and we found a middle schooler. We actually scouted a middle schooler who beat one of our esports players. And so we talked him into coming to Butler. So in the future, we've got some good players coming to Butler. So that's one thing that we do is just the networking and stuff. And another thing that we do is we have informational meetings, just like what a normal sports team would do. We'll say it over the intercom. Hey, come show up this day if you wanna learn what esports is about, and then we talk about everything. We explain everything, and we get people going. And I've had 10 or 11 parents just email me and call me out of the blue saying that they want their kids to play. So I mean, the roster is only 20 right now, but I expect it to be 30 or 40 next year.
You better get your assistant coach.
Right.
You better send out email to the assistant, the coaches and stuff. I mean, the teachers and say, I'm gonna need somebody. I know it's another game or somebody. I can teach you how to play and do all this. You're gonna need some.
It's bound to be somebody.
Yeah, you're gonna need some help.
That's rough.
Yeah, but now for real, like when y'all get y'all set up, please let us know. We would love to come over there and check you guys out. Cause that's dope, man. What y'all guys are doing, man, I love that big time, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we pull in a lot of football and basketball and soccer players, especially in the spring, because their season's over with. And we pull in those guys for Madden, FIFA, 2K. So we're holding those guys accountable all year long. Because once football's over, they don't care about their grades anymore. But if we can pull them into esports, get them playing Madden and stuff, then they start to care a little bit more.
Oh wow, they got Madden. Okay.
Yeah.
So being that they tied up in the fall, but they they already on the roster, or do they have to earn their way on that roster for
Oh yeah, they got to try out still.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of people who play Madden, FIFA, 2K, all those games, and a lot of them talk smack, but we got to find the people who can actually back it up.
Right. Woo-wee. That's crazy because I'm pretty sure you got some people rocking the hallway. Man, I could beat you, man. Not man, you ain't.
Oh yeah, all over the place. A lot of them can't back it up though.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of wolf tickets sold out. So hey, Bryan, thank you for joining us. What else you want? You give you a couple of minutes, man. What else do you want to talk about your program or anything? The floor is yours, man.
The main thing is that we're just like myself and all the other esports coaches out there, because there are a lot of other esports coaches who are just as active as I am. Some of them even more active. They serve on boards for professional esports teams and things like that, so they have a lot of connections. The main thing is that we're just wanting to try to get esports out there, get it more known, because the benefits are crazy. We're even trying to get some of it into classrooms and things like that. Just like weightlifting for the sports athletes, the physical sports athletes, we're trying to get things like that into the classroom, trying to get people to support esports. That's the main thing that we're really trying to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. You got us looking, that's for sure.
I will be on Twitch looking y'all up.
I know that's right.
Other teams like Cloud9. Yeah, other teams like Cloud9, TSM, several others. Ford is starting to sponsor teams. Monster, Red Bull, all those guys have been sponsoring. The sponsorships are coming in; they're pouring in because the League of Legends World Finals was watched more than the Super Bowl. So,
wow, that's amazing. Hey, man, thank you for joining us. And also, hey, we get a chance. DM us your all your Twitch names and everything else, so we can go ahead and flood them out and all that kind of stuff.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, thank you, man. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
That was amazing.
Right. That was nuts. That's nuts.
Hey, Bryan.
I didn't know it was that big.
Hey, hats off to Bargain Off. So Bryan, hey, especially you got all them kids, and then you talking about getting more
kids.
Sound like Butler's invested.
Yes, they are.
Sound like they invested big time. That's dope, man. That's all I think I can say.
I didn't know Gabe was that serious like that, dude.
Right.
That's crazy, man.
But real quick before we move on, before we move on to the next, the thing about it is that it's just been taking steps because it's always been there. But then like you see, YouTube and people with their own channel and they playing video games. I used to think like, I want to watch somebody else play it. You know what I'm saying? But then they have like 2,000 people following them and stuff like that.
Watching them play. Yes.
Watching them play.
Yes. Dude.
So he is the head coach. And actually, if he gets his Twitch and they successful, they going to make more money than anybody in the school.
Absolutely.
So you heard what he said. Sponsors.
Yes.
Ford, Monster, all these. Man.
He's doing it over for them.
Hey, Bryan.
That's good.
You definitely got to invite us over there.
I'm on
big time, big game.
Yes,
sir.
That's gonna be
dope.
Crazy.
That's dope, for real.
All right, you got the Market Will Kentucky High School Boys and Girls Basketball Players of the Week.
Week. Hey, big time. Shout out to Meadow Tisdale. She balled, 29 and 21. And then Jerome Morton, MVP of a tournament, averaged 24 points in the last 2 games. He did his thing. Shout out to you guys big time. And on to the next.
Oh, you got Market Will Show High School National Basketball Player of the Week, sponsored by evision-radio.com.
Z. Look out. He's cold. He's a wizard. Mm-hmm. Coach told us about that.
Yes, he did.
He told about him and his team, but especially him. Said, hey, this is the next stud to come up out of there.
He's the guy.
And he averaged over 24 points last week, over 4 rebounds, and over 6 assists a game last week. Balled, had 39, did his thing. Shout out to you. Mm-hmm. Shout out to PRP and all that kind of stuff. And come on, Mr. AD, you didn't tell us y'all had an Esports?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Right, dude, that's amazing.
And if you don't know about Envision, now you know.
Envision-radio.com. It's a new online radio station that brings gospel music and talk radio together for an incredible listening experience. Envision Radio has a lineup of incredible music, talks, programs, ministry, cooking, therapy, medical, sports, and many more subject matters are covered in the programming. Envision Radio will allow you to enjoy the listening experience like no other. This is not your typical internet radio station. Make sure you listen to Envision-radio.com on Thursdays at 3 p.m. to catch the Mark and Will Show.
What he said, 3 p.m. Thursday. 3 p.m. Thursday. Check us out. Big time. Congratulations, Z. You earned it big time.
Sure do.
Let me see. Let's go and get them caught up.
Just caught up. Let's see what we got going on today. On this Tuesday, January 4th, you got the Grizzlies and Cavaliers. Cavaliers is up 72-69. The Raptors and Spurs. Raptors is up 90-78. Indiana and Knicks 55-55 at half. The Suns and the Pelicans. First quarter, Sun is up 42-29. And the Kings of Sacramento.
Sacramento Kings. I mean, really, they back in the
Lakers to 10:30.
Back in the day, they would probably say, Watkins of Mark has entered the room. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff.
Right.
Big time. Hit him with yesterday's scores. Man.
Yes, sir.
That's
January
funny.
3rd. Philly beat the Rockets 133-113. Washington beat the Hornets. Wow, 124-121. Grizzlies beat Brooklyn 118-104. Chicago Stanley Rowland beat the Magic 102-98. Detroit beat Milwaukee 115-106. Utah Jazz beat New Orleans 115-104. Dallas beat the Nuggets 103-89. Golden State beat the Heat 115-108. Trailblazers finally got a win to beat Atlanta 136-131. The nightcap, the Timberwolves beat the Clippers 122-104.
Real quick, update on the standings. Eastern Conference, Atlantic Division, you have the Nets over 3.5 game lead over the 76ers. Central, you have the Bulls with a 2 game lead over the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Southeast, you have the Heat, 3.5 games over the Wizards and 4 games over the Hornets. Western Conference, Northwest, Jazz is up 8 games over the Nuggets. You have Golden State Warriors 1 game over Phoenix Suns in the Pacific. In the Southwest, the Southwest stuff is just driving me crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Grizzlies 4.5 over the Mavericks. Wow.
Right.
You know, that's amazing.
And they start heating up. Y'all better start watching.
What you said? What you
Here it
said?
come. All right, last night you had Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Cleveland Browns 26-14. Number wise, Ben really didn't have no great game, but he did just enough. He did just enough, barely enough, if you want to say that. Najee Harris did his thing, 28 carries for 188 in a late touchdown that he had, which they was kind of begging him to don't score. Let Ben take that knee, but thank God dude got the interception.
Right.
And was able to let him take that last knee. But my whole concern is, because we know Ben, he went out, you know what I'm saying, great career for you. Pittsburgh love you. You one of the top dogs in Pittsburgh, hands down, period. And like a lot of people said, no disrespect to Terry Bradshaw, but he's the best quarterback Pittsburgh done had, regardless if dude got 4 rings or not. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know how I feel about that. I don't
know about that one.
Yeah. To
I
me,
don't know, because Big Ben on that first one, that was defense.
A lot of them for Bradshaw too.
Yeah, but
he had to steal the all
he had to steal curtain, but
and then if dude don't catch, then if Franco don't catch that ball,
it is what it is.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
hell, you know.
But Cleveland, they got a lot of issues that they need to correct on their own, because Baker get 19 next year. He took that 5th-year option.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's not the quarterback. Something's wrong with Nick Chubb. He might still be banged up, or whatever the case may be with him. But Cleveland got a lot of problems, because now they start to look like Cleveland Browns of old.
Yeah.
I mean, they're rock and roll, and then here they come back. You know what I'm saying?
Half a lot of injuries done decimated them this year. And I'm not even talking about so much of Baker. I'm not, that's whatever. But, I think really that Hunt injury, that hurt. They got some offensive line. I mean, everybody's going through it. But I'm with you. I mean, he's not the quarterback for them, but he looked good last year. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I mean,
as long as everybody's there to do what they need to do, take care of their business,
right.
But when he's not the quarterback that's going to go ahead without pieces,
right?
He needs pieces, and he had pieces last year. The running game was top notch. He don't have that, and I mean, I agree with you, and I don't blame him. I'm opting in too. Because you're not gonna get rid of me right now. If I'm him, I'm like, nah. I need that 19. I'll take it. I don't care.
Yeah, right. I'm not agreeing with that. I'm taking that 19 too. You know what I'm saying?
Not get that nowhere else.
Right? No, he's not going to get that.
I don't know. We got Glennon getting $10 million as a backup, so Dalton getting 10-something million, and Baker's better than them clowns. So it's we know. Hey, yeah. It's buffoonery out there.
You know I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So, I'm sure he can go to Jacksonville and get paid $30 million.
30, yeah, Lord,
you know what I'm saying? They ain't got nobody. And that's the whole thing. You just got to see where the dominoes fall.
Right.
Who's going where and all this kind of stuff. And then, but Cleveland, I mean, I haven't heard anything out of there saying that he's, they don't want him.
No, they ain't said nothing. He ain't
gonna get no big check.
Right.
But,
and he's not playing this Sunday because of the shoulder.
Oh, yeah, they have
or whatever, so they done. So, I mean, it's all good. Cleveland's Cleveland. But I gotta give a shout out to TJ, that monster of him, because he got 21 and a half, and he needs the sack record is 22 and a half.
He getting that.
Michael Strahan done held it for 21 years.
But are they gonna put an extra spot though? Because it's an extra game. That's the problem.
Yeah, but the crazy thing about it, they showed the numbers. Dude, your boy, he did it in 16 games.
Who did?
Michael Strahan.
Did
He got the 22 and a half. Watt 14. Remember, he missed 4.
Yeah.
He missed 4, so technically, if he gets it, it'll be 15 games.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna count it like that. They gonna count it 17 games and all that.
Because he didn't play, so he had 4 last night.
Yeah, but that was before. That was before Red's finest. 9 sacks. Ain't no team getting 9. I mean, that was horrible play by Cleveland. They should just ran the ball all damn time. That was because the thing about it is, I don't know if Lamar's gonna play. Probably not. It probably be Huntley, and he's just gonna run the ball. Mm-hmm. They gonna definitely try. They gonna make sure that he don't get that record.
Yeah. Heck yeah, they gonna make sure.
They gonna make sure that they gonna say, this starter way, do whatever, chip him, let bring an extra tight end for him, big time. But back to Ben real quick. Right. Yeah, he threw 1,000 times,
and they know they shouldn't let him throw 1,000 times like that.
He did. He threw like 30 at half. Like 123 on 40-something attempts. Man, y'all try to just kill him.
Absolutely.
Is he even gonna play next week?
Who, Big Ben?
Yeah,
he gonna play. This is a divisional game. He gonna play. But like I said,
you best believe somebody's trying to take his head off.
But I can tell you, I don't believe, honestly, we're not getting in because Jacksonville's not going to beat Indianapolis. It's just simple as that. We can go to Baltimore and win, but it doesn't mean anything.
Right. What's up, Maurice?
Because Jacksonville is going to lose that game. If Jacksonville beat them, now we got to look at Wentz. Now we really got to talk to dude. Like, hey, brother,
you're right.
What you doing?
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm with you though. I just think it's just too much for either one of them teams to even, what I'm saying, because we already know the winner of the Chargers and Raiders is getting in there.
Right.
So they leave this one spot.
Yeah.
So that's
the good thing about this Sunday is a lot of people's playing to get in.
Yeah.
I said, a lot of people's going to still play to get that seeding. So So that 18th game, it kind of helps, you know what I'm saying, get football back excited. You ain't sit a bunch of people on the bench unless you just not in it at all. Right. It don't matter.
Right.
Because Aaron Rodgers, he said it again last night. I'm playing. We'll see.
Yeah.
You go ahead and play if you want to. You're going to have somebody on that other team really upset that you're playing because you already locked at number 1.
Yeah, they locked and loaded.
They ain't no point in you playing.
Yeah, they good.
You got to tear your ACL.
Yeah, only teams in that NFC is just you can move up or do anything is Rams, Bucks, Cowboys, Cardinals. San Fran has to win out.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. They gotta hope. Really, they gotta hope that they win against the Rams. Because if they lose, that means the Aints is coming to the playoffs.
Ain't that something?
Because I think they play somebody who's not that good for the last game, and that's not going to be good.
ATL.
Yeah! Where's that?
ATL.
I don't know. ATL might count. Dirty Birds. They hate each other. They hate each other. It's a lot of hatred. It's a lot of last games that teams hate each other, so we're not going to try to give you any kind of cushion.
Most definitely. Most definitely, too. I don't leave. They did it on purpose.
Oh yeah,
everything.
Everybody's divisional. They were smart with that.
Absolutely, because that right there, it's gonna get wicked this weekend, man.
Well, in honor of the playoffs and all this playoffs, Cleveland Browns, the Broncos, man, Teddy,
Jets,
Jets.
Whoever them are.
Houston Texans.
Whoa.
The mighty Jaguars, the Dolphins. Oh my gosh, the Dolphins. The Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings. And the Dirty Birds. Can't leave out them. And the team formerly known as the Redskins, Washington.
Right.
Dre, your team, the Bears.
Sorry.
Seahawks. Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Giants. Lions. If you are fans of those teams, would you please stand up and go out the building because it's officially over.
Yep. You got to watch football this Sunday for real.
Just go ahead and get your tickets ready for the lottery, the draft. You know what I'm saying?
Draft.
Get the draft and rock and roll because
your
number one pick will be Jacksonville's get the number one pick, followed by the Lions. So, hey, good. Hey, I want to congratulate you guys. Some of you guys had some great wins.
Yeah.
Some of you guys had some great streaks.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you guys flat out just quit on coaches and things, but it's been real. You know, you guys have become officially spectators.
Yeah, on the couch. Come chill with me. Come chill with me.
Don't worry, I'll be joining that couch soon too.
Come chill with me.
I'll be sitting on that with too. At least I get one game in. I mean, that's it.
I'm chilling.
Craziness. That is nuts.
Don't be that heartbroken, people. It's always next year.
Yeah, right. Let's give an update on the Kentucky LSU.
I went to this daggone thing. Oh, Kentucky is up 50-48 against LSU with 7 minutes and 46 seconds left of the second half.
You know what's impressive on this one? First of all, LSU you have to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have to. But Kentucky, they done lost their best player.
Yeah.
And their best player to me is Willer, the point guard. You know, he finally got one that can go or whatever. And Oscar was in foul trouble. He's the second best to me. 2 transfers, rolling. He's got 12 boards. He was in foul trouble in the first half. He still only got 2. Willer, we got to figure out what's going on. Our hope is that real bad. Because that can really change the whole thing. Because that means Ty has to be that guy at the point. And I don't think, Willer was all SEC when he transferred from Georgia. So dude's been around. Dude know what to do. So when you lose that kind of hurts because your guard play is suspect besides Grady and Ty. So, but I guess Mintz to come in there, Mr. Old Man. Old Man River. Been there forever. Yeah, so it'll be enough. Yeah, without a doubt. So
that is nuts, man.
That's the whole thing, but you know what? This will be a huge win for Kentucky on the road because as of right now, the SEC is rated like the best basketball conference. Mm-hmm. Ain't that something? Used to be do, and now they rock and roll. Right, money, something, man.
Yes, it is.
Money is something, man. When you got to think SEC makes the most money in football. Like so, as a conference. So you're talking about that money ain't solely like when they get $40 million, $50 million for the TV contract. That ain't just for football. That goes to other stuff. So these sports that normally don't get taken care of. Not everybody's Kentucky that's got revenue coming out the wazoo. Right. These other programs, now you can really, I ain't got to slide, money like we had to. Now you can say, come on, we got FedEx being a sponsor for you.
Yep.
Man. So I'm not surprised on this at all. Because they already was paying these football, you know what I'm saying, all the money and stuff like that. So now it's on. Now it is all these teams are going to flourish. And all this kind of stuff. So now you got other schools and other conferences got to go back and build up their brand like they should.
Yep.
That's a shame that I think in the ACC, Duke is the only ranked team.
You right about that.
That is ridiculous.
It is.
That don't even make no sense whatsoever.
That's wrong.
Right. Now it's time to eat.
Yeah.
It's time to eat. All right, we got to do this. We got to give them an update. Gotta give an update.
Shoot.
We got an update. On the bottom here, we got the top positions heading into fantasy championship game week. So you guys make sure you get your stuff rocking and rolling because this is very serious. It's championship week right now.
Mark is currently losing to Will 125-79.
The crazy thing is, You gotta go ahead and make sure, because there's some people ain't gonna play.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
this is when it gets murky.
Yes.
Hopefully, everybody's team, you have some people that have something to play for, because it's really gonna get rocky big time. I have not even checked the semifinals and all this kind of stuff like that, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we will see.
Tight ends is horrible.
Right.
Kelsey and Kittle, I'm sick of them, dude.
Hey, like we said before, let's go on and do this real quick. Market Wills, Kentucky High School Boys and Girls Basketball Player of the Week. Ms. Tisdale and Mr. Morton, Jerome Morton. Also, our National Player of the Week, Z. We got baller, straight baller, like Coach said, big time. I just can't reiterate, and I wanted to do that real quick. Hats off to Bryan and what he's doing at Butler.
Right. I'm great. I got 5 minutes. I'm going to stick.
Right. Can we get that? I want to back and go get my masters playing the video games and stuff like that. So do that. Hey, but it's real. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Bryan.
Yep.
Big time.
Y'all be safe out here, please.
Good night. God bless.
Crazy.
It's 8 p.m. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.